Hello everyone, this is Curtis with Weed Whacker Lawn Care. Hey, today is October the 5th, 2020, and I'm still out here trying to get it. That's right, I'm still trying to get it, y'all. My lawn care season is ending. I've got customers already emailing me and counseling service because, hey, we're at the end. And sometimes, you know, it'll run over into November. May still be doing some lawns, but not a lot, because grass is not growing. A lot of times people just want to spruce the yard up, may have some leaves or something like that, and they just want you to come and kind of freshen it up for them, just make it look kind of like not look a little bit gooder than it's looking. It look a little scraggly, a little boring like. They wanted to look kind of, happy like. So they'll call you and say, hey, can you come over here and kind of get my yard looking all, spruced up? And normally that's for like Thanksgiving and Christmas. I will get some calls where, somebody call you and say, hey, come over and do it. And I'm like, okay. But, which is good, which is good. You get a little bit. Now, it's been a long, rough lawn care season. This has been a tough one. And, man, I tell y'all, this one was rough. And, thinking about it, I took on some stuff that lawn care assignments this year that normally I probably wouldn't have taken on due to the fact that I had to drive a lot to go to these properties and all. And the drive time, and but in the beginning I said, well, I'm not going to turn anything down because you just don't know. You don't know. I didn't know how the season was going to turn out, but in all, the stuff that I did take on, it worked out for me. It did work out because I don't know, had I not taken them on, it probably would have been, it'd been a little, I don't know, it would have been a little sketchy there, a lot of downtime, but I didn't have any downtimes this lawn care season due to the fact, it rained some, but then, I went right back and managed to keep all of the lawns that I taken on in the beginning of the lawn care season. I managed now. I may have, I think I dropped one due to the fact that it was very inconvenient for my schedule. I mean, it was a lot of work, and the guy wanted me to do a lot of bagging every time, and I done it twice, and I said no. And the reason why I said no to it was because I go over there to take care of this lawn, and I'm over there on this property, and it's taking me like 4 hours due to the fact that I had to keep stopping and bagging. We're talking about like over an acre, and they wanted it bagged and all this. Now they not paying any more money, they not furnishing any bags, and that grass was heavy, and I was like, nah, I don't need this. I don't need this property. Taking me 4 hours compared to, I could have mowed maybe 5 or 6 smaller yards and made way more money than what I was making to that 1 yard for me driving over there. And I was like, nah, it's time to let that one go and work on the smaller lawn care properties versus this one. And I'm not ending up with no 4 or 5 bags of grass, those big bags, those 55-gallon bags, nah. So I had to let that one go. I was like, no, thank you, but no thanks. I don't think so. This is time consuming. It's too much time in this one for me to be working on that. But and all in all, I must say, yeah, it's been real good. It's been a good one. Right now, I'm headed to do a lawn care job. This one is a weekly lawn care job that I take care of. So I'm gonna see how it looks, and I'm gonna see what the customer's gonna say. If you're gonna tell me that they want to back it down to I don't know, twice a month or once a month, I'll see. Normally, sometimes they'll come out in October and tell, yeah, let's just back it down. You know, I don't think it really needed as often. I'm like, okay. and I, you know, I try to let them tell me. I'll keep running, but sometimes you show up and it's just the grass ain't even growing anymore, and they won't say anything. And, you know, and I'll leave them a note and say, listen, the grass is not growing. The lawn care season has ended, and you know, let me know what you want me to do. I mean, because you know, once you start showing up and the grass is really not growing and all that, it's like ain't nothing really for you to do. And they don't, you know, they don't say anything to you. You don't know. And then when you got to call them, and then they, oh yeah, no, it ain't growing now. I'm like, okay. But you know, that's kind of stuff. Some people let you know, and some of them won't. And you know, you thank them for taking you on for the, you know, for the lawn care season, but it has ended. And hey, if you like, you can, you know, contact me next year, and I can put you on my schedule now. But you got to contact me in the beginning, like in January or February, because I get busy and I will shut it down. I'm not going to take on any more lawns. This is all I'm going to take on for this time. This is enough. And you know, you have to do that, not to be taking on any and everything, you know, because a lot of jobs are not really, they're not good. It's not good to take on any and every lawn. You need to inspect these lawns and see if it's something that's gonna be reasonable, where that you can get in and get out of there in a reasonable time. And you need to know, like, sometimes I go on some lawn care jobs and people will come out and they want you to do all this extra stuff, and you're trying to meet your schedule because you know you have X amount of lawns you plan to take care of today, and you don't meet your schedule, you know, because you wasn't anticipating on doing all these extra stuff. You can lose an hour to 2 hours or 3 hours that you needed to finish up all these other lawns that were on the list. But due to the fact that somebody wanted some extra, you know, trim the hedges, pull grass, clean up the flower beds, all of that, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, there go my day. That took a lot of extra work, because, you know, once you trim it up and rake it out, bag it up and all that, and then once you finish that up, they may come out and ask you, well, you know, can you do something else in the backyard? And you're like, what? You know, it was one year, I remember, I had a helper, and we had just finished mowing the yard, mowing everything, got everything all cleaned up and everything, and customer comes out, says, hey, I want to get my tree trimmed up in the back. Now, I wish she would have told us in the beginning, but no, she waited till we finished up each task. Then she would always come back out the house. So I said, okay, so when trim this tree up and raked all the scrubbery up, and then she came back out the house. Hey, you know, I'd like to get some mulch, and really I need to get this mulch because my birthday is tomorrow. What? You know, it would really make me happy if I had some mulch. I'm like, what? I'm thinking to myself, what? So, you know, my helper looking at me and I'm looking at the helper and I'm like, okay. So, we, you know, try to go over to the mulch place. Mulch place is closed. This is late in the evening. Ended up having to go to, I think where did I have to go? Go to Lowe's. Yeah, we had to go to Lowe's and get probably about, I don't know, 30 bags of mulch and put out. Meanwhile, we're putting this mulch out, fixed up everything, and it's done ran into the night. Ah, man, look at here. Now, you know, we done did all of this work, mowed, everything, and then the lady said she didn't have much money. I was like, what? And the helper looked at me and I'm looking at the helper, and we ain't got no money. We done did all this work and I'm in the hole with my money for buying all this mulch. Oh man, boy, look here. Boy, I mean, she talking about having a happy birthday, but I'm like, I wasn't happy. No money had me to do all that work. And now meanwhile, we done missed. We had like, I think about 5 or 6 lawns left to do. And we didn't get to do them. And you talking about that was a loss because that was very inconvenient and we was trying to please the customer. And I was like, man, I should have known better. I said, well, next time I'll just tell them, nope, no can do, no can do, you know. Yeah, no can do. Well, guys, I'm up here. I just pulled up and wow, I'm looking, and that lawn over there really don't need nothing, but I done burnt my gas up coming over here. So I gotta walk around and look at it, and I'm gonna have to go do something because I can't just ride around. The customer should have texted me or called me and said, hey, it don't need anything, but they didn't. But anyway, y'all, stay tuned. I'm gonna, like I say, I'm finna go over here and see what's going on and see if I can, how it's looking. I'm gonna put the bag on there, I'm gonna do something. All right, y'all. Okay, everyone, I just finished up that property, and now I'm finna head on home. Oh, this bug done got in here. Out of here, man. But anyway, y'all, yeah, I finished that one up as I was saying, and now I'm finna head home. Got it all mowed and everything all blown off and edged up and all. Took a little time, but I got it all taken care of. So now I'm finna head on home. Hey, the customer, I talked with the customer didn't say nothing. It was like, oh, okay, we'll tell you. They'll tell me when to stop. Now, that's the way some customers are, because if they have trees in the lawn, then they're going to get a lot of leaves and some of those pine needles. So they're going to need to keep the lawn, keep it up, because if that stuff lay there a long time, what it will do is smother out the grass. And, you have spots and stuff in your lawn when next year comes. So they want to basically just keep that all raked up and picked up due to the fact that leaves, and leaves attract a lot of critters like, what can I say, spiders, roaches, rats, and all of that stuff. So it's good to keep all of that debris picked up around your house, and less problems that you have. But sometimes I go to some homes and they don't do that. They just let that stuff pile up, and you got all kinds of critters around there. As I say, snakes and all kinds of stuff. So you have to be very careful. And they don't do any, extermination. They don't have anyone to come out and spray around or spray the lawn or do any of that stuff. So then you'll see a lot of spider webs and all kinds of stuff out there, bugs, chinch bugs and everything in the lawn. So, you need to do some type of maintenance to prevent that from happening. So anyway, y'all, I was just sharing a little bit with you, just giving you a little my tips here. So right now, I'm finna, as they say, I'm finna crank up here, and I'm finna head home. So y'all stay tuned. Let's take a ride and get on home here. Okay.